Welcome to the Disney Hour Express podcast. I'm Abbie.
And I'm Rob. We are two hopelessly romantic Disney enthusiasts,
Sharing fun stories, secret tips, and family travel experiences.
If you are a Disney newbie, or maybe a season pass holder, we hope you find this information helpful.
We turned our love of Disney into a unique boutique travel agency that books Disney and Universal vacations.
We've got a lot of stories, so cozy on up, choose your favorite drink,
Whether that be a cocktail or a hot chocolate,
and enjoy the Disney Hour Express.
Hey, Pottineers. Welcome back to the Disney Hour Express. It's been a hot minute since our last episode. Way back in December of 2025.
Hot minute.
And we're pretty psyched to be back talking Disney with you again.
We are talking Disney with you again, and it has been a hot and cold minute.
It has. There was a lot of snowstorms that happened in that time. But if you're new here, the Disney Hour Express is your quick trip through the latest Walt Disney World news and park updates and a little nerdy Disney magic along the way. A lot has happened since we last sat in these seats to chat with you. So today we're diving into some of the biggest updates. Grab a Disney-themed snack and let's get into it.
Now, what snack would you propose?
Well, listen, so I would usually say Gaston's cinnamon buns, but since Random Recess went there recently and gave it a thumbs down, I'm kind of concerned.
Our good friends, Random Recess, catch them on YouTube. They checked it out on one of their $70 a day challenges, and yeah, they said it wasn't good. It was lacking. It looked like it was lacking in icing, and like there wasn't a lot of cinnamon sugar in it. So
such a bummer. So I think I might go over and get one of the slushies that they've got going on.
Just as of note, I heard the ham and cheese Gruyere that's at Gaston's, which is a new item, is supposed to be very good.
Oh, is it? Ooh,
yeah.
I might jump into that.
And there's always the gray stuff. It's delicious. You can get that as well.
Always delicious.
But anyway, going back to that, for those wondering where we've been.
Where have you been, Rob?
Where have I been? I've been in the jungles of Madagascar. I was looking for a new movie plot for Madagascar 3.
Right.
No.
Right. Well, let's be honest. We did get our kids Jumanji and we played, and this is what happened. We
just came back.
We just came back from the game board.
Oddly enough, that almost actually happened.
It did.
You know what? We were going, obviously we were doing this as episode 138 of the Disney Hour Express, and we've done a lot of episodes. We did a lot of audio episodes, then we transitioned over to live streaming video, which was kind of a monumental task, and it was a lot of work.
It was hard, yeah.
It was a lot of work for very minimal feedback. So we were a little burnt out, I think, at the end of the year. Just kind of the holidays came, and we were like, you know what? Like we're like, this is good. Like I kind of like having some free time.
Which wasn't really free time. We've been very busy.
But it was still like, it was a little bit more, we were getting time back, family and everything else.
Yes.
So it was, now, was it the best idea for us to do it without announcing it? Like saying anything to anyone?
Probably not. I did get a few comments.
So maybe that wasn't the best idea, but
listen, life.
It wasn't like we stopped talking Disney or anything.
No.
Specifically, it's me. Most of the time, Abby's like doing other stuff, and I'm like, "So, did you know that this happened?" Or and I'm like, kind of as if I'm talking to podcast listeners.
We needed to come back for Rob.
Yeah, and so but it was mostly for her, so that she could like just get me to stop talking to her about this stuff.
That's true.
I'm like, so they closed down this ride, right? I don't know. It's like closed down for only 4 days, but it's a major refurbishment. Anyway.
Listen, the amount of Disney YouTube that happens in our house is pretty extreme and continuous.
As yes, Abbie appreciates waking up to
Molly's
Molly from Mammoth
voice
Club
every morning.
I don't know. It's very relaxing, the two of them just
They're
talking.
a great couple. Yeah.
So anyway, but that's just kind of, that's where we've been. We're here. I think we're not going to be doing an episode next week, but probably in 2 weeks. Next week we're very busy with real life stuff. And then in 2 weeks, we should be back for another episode. So we appreciate anyone that's still sticking around. Maybe
in there.
Said, hey, look, Abbie and Rob are back.
Yay, we'd love to hear from you.
If you're new, we'd love to hear from you and all that stuff. We also have new mics, so we're fancy.
Hopefully we sound amazing.
A birthday gift.
Yep, from me.
That she picked out, definitely. Anyway, so let's talk about now what has kind of happened. We're not going to go over in like too much detail because everyone's kind of talked and these things have happened. But what has happened?
Listen, as if Animal Kingdom wasn't suffering enough at the dinosaur officially closed on February 2nd. So this originally opened back in 1998 as Countdown to Extinction, and this is going to be replaced with a new Indiana Jones attraction as part of the upcoming Tropical Americas expansion. So what do you think? I know we've given our thoughts and feelings about Dinosaur, and like it was like long lines at the very last day, like most things. But I mean, it was such a jerky, uncomfortable, and somewhat scary ride. Like, I'm not sure that it's going to be that missed.
Yeah, there was the nostalgia seekers that were definitely out there and like, no, this ride and all this stuff. And I'm sure, I'm sure there's some sentimental value to it all. And you never like see anything close. You want everything to stay open.
You want just expansion.
But I mean, that ride needed a lot of updating at the very least. I mean, the pre-show, which again, the pre-show, it was like one of those so bad it's good things, and you know, Dr. Seeker and all that.
Very 90s.
There's so much stuff that needed to be updated in that, and the ride itself was, like I said, very jerky, and the animatronics, and who knew exactly what was going on?
No, I didn't. What was the goal here? Okay.
Yeah.
So anyways,
so they're moving on.
Yeah, along with that, it's like the whole closure of the area, Restaurantosaurus, Dino Institute shop, and all the other Dino Land attractions and games are gone. But don't worry, it's going to be amazing. They're going to do a great job.
The Indiana Jones ride is going to be great. It's one of the Indiana Jones ride is one of the best rides over in California in Disney, in Disneyland. And it's still to this day, it's going to be it's not going to be the same story as the Disneyland ride. Yeah. But it's going to be something new, and it should hopefully be better now. Of course, much like the dinosaurs, Indiana Jones is kind of like from the past as well. They're not making any new Indiana Jones.
It is interesting that that's what they've chosen instead of like another like Encanto ride or something,
or just
in the area.
Maybe a Coco ride. I mean, there was just cool, like in which they are opening a Coco ride, carousel. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. It just
I'm not sad about it. I want to see an Indiana Jones ride.
Now the Encanto ride that's coming is supposed to be very cool, and I think it's going to end up being a boat ride of some sort.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah. Anyway,
I'm into
the land and everything else. It's going to be new and all refreshed whenever that gets done. There's no opening timeline on it yet, but
I know lots more changes. Anyways, we're going to keep on rolling through. Hey, Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith has been closed since March 1st. Now, hey, it was cool. One of our travel specialists was over there when members from Aerosmith went to say goodbye to the ride. They snapped a few pics and put them up on the socials, which was really neat. I think that's how fun for them to go to the ride and be like, this was a ride about me as a band, and here we go.
And they're closing it down to be replaced by people with socks on their hands. No, the Muppets. We need more Muppets in the world.
Me too. I'm glad that they're going to bring it back over. I wonder if they're going to bring Miss Piggy over there. The little water fountain. It doesn't seem to match the
water
theme
fountain doesn't really work, but I'm sure it'll be up somewhere. They have the new Muppet show with that we haven't failed to watch at all, because why would we support that? Even
I mean, our youngest did. She was.
Oh, did she?
Yeah. But mostly because Sabrina Carpenter was in it. She wanted to watch it.
Fair enough.
So this is going to be awesome. The Electric Mayhem Band, and it's expected to be opening in the summer.
Yeah,
right?
I think they're saying later summer, but yeah, summer.
Hopefully we'll see it. Okay, and Muppet Vision 3D and Hollywood Studios closed in June 2025. So we've talked a little bit about that.
That's not. Yep, that's been around.
That's been around.
Happened.
Still transferring. There's a lot of construction still going over to make it over into Monsters Inc.
Yeah, in fact, they just started changing the facade of the Muppet Vision building as of recently. They put up scaffolding and such. And
that's so fun.
So yeah, that's still a ways away as well.
Yeah, I cannot wait for that ride with the doors. Ooh. All right. And then we've got Big Thunder Mountain Railroad still closed for refurbishment since January 2025. But we just see an announcement for opening?
So it was originally they were saying spring, and then they kind of said it's going to be early May.
Yeah.
Which is technically still spring. But I don't, for some reason they're but
it's in Florida, so everybody thinks it's summer.
Yeah, so they said early May.
Okay,
is when they're hoping for. I think they were trying for April, but it didn't. Yeah, something got pushed back a little bit. There was this whole thing with permits and being released, and it was going to be a little bit further, but I don't know.
Crazy. And then we've got Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin also closed in August 2025 for refurbishments, and will also be opening. They said April 8th, 2026 is the updated opening. Okay. Perfect. That's coming up so
that's
soon.
It's going to have all new game system. They're still going to have Zurg and the aliens and all that stuff, but you're going to have handheld blasters. And your photo pass that it takes of you is now going to have, it's going to show the date. It's going to show your score that you got, as well as how many targets you hit and all this stuff and your rank and everything. So you can't just lie and be like, yeah, I got I all nines, I the perfect score. Now people are going to know.
Oh, I don't know how I feel about that.
Besides your seatmate. No, now you can't just make up and say you beat
Everybody's
me.
going to be like, Abbie, what were you doing? Were you daydreaming again?
I was paying attention to the kids.
Oh, man. Okay, so that's going to be a fun one. We'll definitely have to go on that twice so that I can get a hang of it.
Oh, no, absolutely. There were a couple other things that are coming to the parks as well that was just announced this week. It was kind of the big one. And now this one, Abbie's got some things to say on it. Bluey and Bingo are on their way to Disney's Animal Kingdom starting May 26th and staying beyond. This is all part of Cool Kids Summer. They've kind of, there's a lot of date. It's like May 22nd and 26th are a lot of things happening. But 26th, Bluey and Bingo are going to be over there in the conservation station. Once guests hop off the Wildlife Express train, it's time for fun. Play games, special games directly from Bluey episodes. Grab a photo with Bluey and Bingo themselves, and even discover animals native to Bluey's home country, Australia, at the Jumping Junction.
So interesting. I'm kind of honing in on this: discover animals native to Bluey's home country. Because they did take all the animals out, right?
Yeah.
So what are we putting in there? I think I really liked Conservation Station for what it was. But that being said, did people utilize it and go over there?
No, because I think
that's why I liked it.
It was it was like an unusual space. I think, or what they were doing with it, right? Because they had you learned to draw from a Disney animator.
Very cool, which now they've changed that, which makes me bummed.
Yeah, so
we'll talk about that in a minute.
Before we get into that, so it was that. There were the windows of the animal, hospital.
The animal vet.
That where you never really saw them in action,
right?
Whether that was on purpose or not.
Right.
They were there. They had some snakes and tarantulas in the windows, and then they had what was essentially the petting zoo.
Right.
And so they now have removed all of those due to the construction.
Right.
They removed all the animals, so they're safe in a way, and they've closed that out, anymore. So you can't go out there anymore. You can't take the train out there. I think it's the Wildlife Express. You can go up to the train station and they have characters meeting there.
Yeah.
But that's really all you can do. So a lot of people didn't want to go out there because it was just like, well, I'm in Disney. I want to go pet goats and a pig.
Yes.
I mean, obviously. I don't know.
That is me. I would like to do that.
Or you could go to your local zoo and do the same thing.
Thanks. I don't know. It was different. It's different than Disney, and it's very Animal Kingdom-esque, right? Mm-hmm. Like, so I'm just a little weary about where this is going to go. Are they actually going to bring animals that are native? Like, are we going to see cool, I don't know, are we going to see like a kangaroo or something? I don't know.
Kangaroo and a koala?
And a koala?
Maybe.
I don't know. But I mean, obviously everybody loves Bluey and Bingo, so we'll have fun with that, and we'll go and we'll see what it's changed into. Mm-hmm. But I am serious sadness over this. It was just kind of a breath of differentness, fresh air, whatever you want to call it.
Now, back over in Magic Kingdom, Abbie's favorite buffet restaurant, the Diamond Horseshoe, is being replaced, I think only temporarily. Yep. It's going to be Jesse's Roundup. It's a Rip Roaring Review.
That's cool.
Yeah, so they're going to have Jesse there, and it's going to be some sort of a show you can go and see, but they're not going to be sitting people for meals.
So it's just like entertainment.
Just entertainment. No, so, as Diamond Horseshoe is next door. It's
Liberty Tree.
Yeah, Tavern. It's Liberty Tree Tavern's kind of, they were using it as overflow.
Yes.
For a while, and that's where the only time I've ever been there, when we went and made reservations, and it was kind of like we thought we were going to Liberty Tree Tavern, and then we got sat in a Diamond Horseshoe, and it was kind of like, what is going on here? But anyway, it's kind of its own, like they share a kitchen. It's like the same food, whatever. It was always a little confusing, but for the summer at least, it's going to be this.
So do you know what that means? We can actually make a reservation at Liberty Tree Tavern and sit at Liberty Tree Tavern.
Well, but I think that was just a kind of the end of COVID thing, because I think you could make a reservation at either one. You could make a reservation directly at the Diamond Horseshoe if you wanted to. So, but they treated it kind of like as an overflow.
They did, and I was so bummed because I went back to the. Anyways, I don't want to get into it. I was just like bummed because that is not my place.
Don't ask her about the bathroom. Don't ask her about them. But anyway, you're going to see Jesse, Woody, Bullseye, more Toy Story pals, and that's with Toy Story 5. Coming out. There's Goofy Gore at Communicore Hall. So now over in Hollywood Studios, Animation Courtyard, or whatever they're calling it now. Get that in a second. There's going to be Disney Junior Mickey Mouse Clubhouse Live.
That's fun.
Yeah, they used to have live, like a live dance party. It was like a Disney Junior dance party, but it would just be with like Vampirina and Fancy Nancy, I think. The hot mess that Fancy Nancy is.
Yeah.
And now it's going to actually be like Mickey. So I think kids are going to like
this.
This
reminds me so much of like the first trip when I was like very, very young going, and they'd have like kind of like jazzercise classes with Mickey and Minnie. Like they're very much wearing those kinds of outfits in the ads for this. Like the neon blue joggers. And stuff. Yeah. So there's like something about it that's like very nostalgic. It's definitely the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. I love it.
Absolutely. They're also, we did a Buzz Lightyear. We looked at that. And now we're staying in Hollywood Studios. Mandalorian and Grogu are coming to the new, it's what it's now called. It's called Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run New Adventures, or The New Adventures. It's some title that no one's going to ever call it all that. But so they're going to be they're overhauling Smuggler's Run, and I'm kind of like for this in a way. And from what I understand is that the engineers, there's going to be new stories, and the 6 people that are in the cockpit of the Falcon are going to like be able to make a choice on which story they want to go to, from what I understand. And every story is going to have something to do with Mandalorian and Grogu for whether it's a limited time or he's going to be part of the for the foreseeable future, because there is a movie coming out, Mandalorian and Grogu. The engineers, who were always kind of the people that had really not much to do, you had to like hit button to repair the ship or whatever.
Yeah.
The grappling hook went out, and hit another button. It's where we usually, Abbie would want to go, except for the one time we made her a pilot.
Yeah, not a good idea.
But it was fun to watch. Now, they're going to be able to communicate with Grogu somehow. And so, I don't know, they're trying to make it more interactive so it feels more like a team effort sort of thing. And so that's going to be interesting to see.
Awesome.
And it's going to bring a little added, because everyone was kind of, the Smuggler's Run was kind of dropping in tears.
Yeah.
It was kind of like, it was a premiere attraction, then it was like going down, and then it was like, now it's like a tier 2. It's just, I don't know. But now I think it'll bring
such
it back
an
up again.
intense ride. Like so much goes into this ride. It's not. Right. Yeah.
It's intense.
So much.
We're ready. So now the Walt Disney Studios, which is what I believe they're going to be calling, it used to be Animation Courtyard, that held Star Wars. It was Star Wars something Bay. I can't think.
Launch Bay.
Launch Bay. There we go. Thank you. So that closed. That's going away.
Yep.
They kind of moved everyone over. Darth Vader's now meeting over by Star Tours. They're opening this Walt Disney Studios, but I think it's called the Magic of Disney Animation. I'm still not sure on what the actual name of the area is going to be, but it's going to have these. It's going to have a reimagined space. Will feature Drawn to Wonderland, which is an Alice in Wonderland playground. It's going to have Disney Friends, Ready to Say Hi, and Off the Page, and Olaf Draws. Olaf Draws is what is replacing the animator experience over at Animal Kingdom in the Conservation Station. But it's no longer going to be a live animator.
Like what?
It's going to be Olaf, an animatronic Olaf kind of like hosting it. And then it's going to cut the video of actual animators showing you how to draw characters. But it's all going to be pre-recorded. None of it's going to be live. So there's going to be some sort of revisitability. Yeah. But it's not going to be the same as like, all right, this person actually drew, something.
Right. And they were the cast members there are really like interactive, coming around and taking a look at what you're doing and stuff. So that's not going to happen here. I don't know.
I wonder if
maybe it will. Maybe they'll have cast members out and about. But maybe. I don't know if they'll be animators ever.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to be animators. And I wonder if the animators didn't want to do that. Remember, was it a chore for them? Like they were kind of like everyone has to take a shift, like you have to take a week of doing this, or was it something they look forward to? I mean, some seem to have like jokes and stories and things, and it was a pretty cool experience. I like that Disney's putting like some sort of money into it, like instead of just like, hey, this area that no one knows about, go draw something. And now there's going to be an animatronic and video and stuff, and so there's going to be effects, but still you're losing a live experience.
Yeah.
So
poor animators.
Soarin' Across America is also debuting on May 26th.
I'm ready. This is going to be I'm really excited to see this one, to be honest. I want to know if they've recorded like a behind the scenes of how it was all recorded, kind of like they've done in the past for other parts of Soarin'.
Yeah.
I love seeing new Soarin' rides and smelling new smells,
Got to smell the smells. Now, the bad news is to that, because they're getting ready for that, so Soarin' Around the World will be closing.
Sorry, friends.
To get ready for this new adventure. I think they said, I don't have the date in front of me. I thought it said sometime the end of April.
Okay.
I think for like 3 or 4 weeks it's going to be closed.
Yeah, they want to make sure that the spring break crowds are getting Soarin' in, so they wouldn't do it before.
Yeah.
End of April.
Yep. End of April, early May, something like that.
Perfect. Perfect.
And then that kind of brings us to, I know there were some specials that we were talking about that now were just released, right?
Yeah, there were a lot. I love like when he like looks at me and like tries to lead me into something, and I'm just kind of like, "What are we talking about? What's going on?"
Well, that's it, right? We got some new promos and stuff that are happening.
I mean, I'm going to be honest, like they let out some promos about a month ago or at least they lasted till like February 15th, and they were pretty heavy specials.
We're a month away from that.
And now they just recently released a whole nother slew of specials, which was more what I was like expecting. The other ones what was that last one? It was like the get 4 days. I don't remember off the top of my head.
You stayed for 4 days with 4-day park tickets, and then you got two extra days and two extra park tickets free, which was a pretty good deal.
Pretty great deal.
Yeah.
So now we've got that get a free dining plan, and we always love the free dining plan, right? So the deal goes, enjoy a free dining plan when you purchase a non-discounted 4-night, 4-day Walt Disney Travel Company package that includes a room at a select Disney Resort Collection hotel and a theme park ticket with a park hopper option. So they've got different arrival dates, but basically it's for the whole summer up until October 3rd. They've got a few dates throughout October and then a few dates throughout December. They're missing those kind of like December, it ends on December 21st, so it doesn't include that Christmas break or anything. And then of course it ends just rewinding to on October 31st, so that we don't have any of November on this plan. November seems to be a popular month at Disney, especially Thanksgiving time. So you've got to book this by April 30th. Okay, so that's a big deal. But
now you're kind of wondering if you were wondering, is the dining plan worth it? Right? We actually have an episode.
We have a whole episode on
where
that.
we talked about it, and we went over the numbers when we used this plan last year. So that's episode 130 of the Disney Hour Express, the Disney dining plan, worth it. Oh, that's a weird. I must have missed something there. Question mark. So anyway, it's episode 130. It was our 2025 trip, and we give like a cost breakdown, and we show exactly what it was. To us, I think it
was worth it. We felt like it was a cool, there's like a little bit still, I kind of question it, but for the bigger restaurants, we definitely felt like it was worth it.
It was
especially
worth it.
The Fantasmic dining package, that kind of thing.
And it's definitely, we found that the cost breakdown, it was worth it even if you were paying for it, like kind of thing. Like, here, we're giving you this. Is the dining plan worth it? If you were paying for the dining plan versus paying for just out of pocket in the parks, we broke that. We went above that cost. So the dining plan was saving money, but then as a free value, it definitely seems worth it. If you're not looking to extend your trip or do any of these other things.
Right. Because it can't be combined with other deals, right?
And it's not too hard to manage. And there's lots of guides and stuff. And, you can always book through a family travel planner, and we can guide you through it and show you how to use all those snack credits, especially the 3 that we forgot about and didn't use on our trip.
Another one that's come out is the save up to 30% on rooms in late summer and early fall. So that's a really nice one. That's a big deal. From July 30th to October 3rd, you can save 30%. Whew. All right. So that's awesome. And what other do we have here?
I know there's a Florida residence deal. Yes, Florida residents are well aware of all of those deals. I know
they have a lot of good stuff going on.
And then there was one, I don't know if it's still ongoing, but there was like, you stay at a deluxe resort and then you could get like 25% off a Disney cruise and things like that. Or you could go to if you're on a Disney cruise, you could get 20% off. I don't know if that's ongoing though.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I'd have to look back at all my notes. But
we were too excited with all the new stuff that was happening.
But we're here and we do the research for you when you book.
Speaking of Disney cruising and not cutting to what we have at the end, the other big news that's happening right now is that there's right now is the first, it just happened this past week, the first sailing of the newest ship.
Oh my goodness.
The Disney Adventure.
Yes.
Which is now the largest ship in the fleet of Disney boats. Or Disney, it's not a boat, right? It's a vessel or a ship. You say boat, everyone's going to get upset with me. It's not a dinghy.
Are they though?
I don't know. I don't know. You know, we have a lot of mariners that listen to this one. They're always getting upset. And this sails exclusively out of the port in Singapore.
Yeah.
Which is quite a hike for us in the States to get to.
Yeah.
And so it's been interesting kind of following all these influencers that, got invited to go out to this stuff and the trials and tribulations they went through. The ship itself looks amazing. Right?
It's huge.
It's the first Disney ship to have a full roller coaster on it. And there's all these other things. I haven't really took a deep dive into any of the videos on it yet. I just saw a couple of things on social media and stuff. But it's a huge ship. So it only goes out of Singapore, like I said, as of right now, and it doesn't dock anywhere. So there's no ports. Yeah. So I think that's a little bit of a...
Right, you're kind of on the ship.
Yeah, you're just on the ship. So
it's interesting that they're just doing all the things on the ship all the time. That's sad to me.
Yeah.
How many days is it?
If it's a 5 or a 7 day cruise... Might be I'm not sure. Now I don't remember exactly which one, but it's a longer cruise because of the size of the ship. Yeah. And it just goes out and you stay on the ship. It looks like there's 1,002 things to do on it. So it's not like you're going to be left with nothing to entertain yourself. But
it's like you're going on a ship to nowhere.
Anyway, more.
It's beautiful. We'll research more again on that one.
There's more coming with the Disney Adventure that's out there.
Yeah.
And more cruising news in a little bit. But we also have, what was the other big thing that's happening?
On February 3rd, the biggest thing ever happened. The Walt Disney Company announced Josh D'Amaro would succeed Bob Iger as the new CEO. So on March 18th, which is just in 2 days, right? Tomorrow will officially take on the role. This comes after 28 years of working within the Disney company, and he had roles such as the chairman of Disney Experiences, which that couldn't have been an easy job, overseeing the theme parks, resorts, cruise lines, and consumer products. That's a lot.
Yeah, that was we always... Everyone seemed to like Josh D'Amaro. Yeah. And I think everyone was kind of looking, he seemed like the shoo-in for the job when Bob Iger announced that, he was retiring.
For us on the outside, it looked like this all happened super quick, but I'm sure on the inside they've been preparing this for a year. Yes. But Iger went ahead and sold his Orlando properties, or I don't think it was in Orlando proper, but from the news he was just peace out, y'all.
Imagine Bob Iger just he's in Claremont. He just has a place there. He just lives next door to you. I don't think so.
No.
But anyway, so we're kind of there's.
We've been tossing around some things what do we hope tomorrow will change, right? Okay. So one of the things that I'm really hoping he needs to look into is the 2024, since 2024, the DAS Pass has significantly changed, leaving guests who have visible and invisible disabilities with the only option of having to purchase multi-pass lightning lanes, making a typical family of a 4 trip have to spend an extra $500 or $600 just to ensure that because of your visible or invisible disability that you are not uncomfortable in line. So this is a challenge for a lot of people. Now I've had we've had varieties of clients over the years that we've had to assist in certain things and have had to have hard conversations about their approval or disapproval of it and returning to line, leaving family members in lines and all sorts of other things. That's not really the point of going to Disney, right? The point of going to Disney is to stay with your entire family for the duration. And so to be separated by a disability is really heartbreaking and not right. It made a lot of I listen to a lot of other Disney podcasts, and some of them have turned away from doing Disney news since then because of this change and because it was so wrong. Yeah. So we really hope that tomorrow will look into it and come up with a gentle change that would help out.
And it's this, this isn't an unpopular opinion that it needs to get done. This is kind of it's probably one of the biggest things that anyone talks about, anyone that talks about Disney news and where the direction of that's like the biggest thing they need to fix is the changes to the DAS Pass. And it's just kind of, they're making money left and right.
I know.
They had another Disney executive. I don't remember who it was, but he basically said that demand was higher than the supply that they could give out. So they were just like, the parks are crowded. Yeah. And they have more people going there and not enough attractions to hold them all, to keep them all entertained at the moment.
I mean, we were just on our chat with our agents, and premiere passes were sold out for certain dates, and it's just like bananas. So the demand's there. That's for sure.
Yeah. Speaking of that, so it was their Lightning Lane premiere pass was sold out in Magic Kingdom for 7 days straight.
Insane.
Yeah. So all the days, it's this past week that just, and then I think now extending into the following week, and it's $450 per person. Which is crazy.
On top of your ticket.
Yeah. So that's insane that they're selling out. So, people are buying, right?
Yeah.
They all got the stuff. So there's definitely, there's something there where they could just, for the people that need help, where they should be able to go and enjoy a Disney park. Right. And for you to say, like, if the person's having an issue waiting in an 80-minute line at their one resort, like, well, you can get out and we can try to get you back in when you're comfortable, which is like, what?
Right.
Anyway.
I don't know. Not cool. So, all right. And the price increases. This is our second one. The price increases are coming in Fast and Furious. So back in the day, I said it, as a travel specialist, we used to be able to not only book the Disney Resort package, but we would have the ability to book flights with it for our clients, right? It was all under the travel agent's page for Disney. And then they'd have the addition of the Disney Magical Express. So I'm not saying that I want to book the flights again, but I do want the Disney Magical Express to come back. We've seen a lot of failure, like in the Sunshine Flyer, Mears transportation services. I don't want to hate on them, but I am going to say that when we took the Sunshine Flyer, it was nice, but it's long-winded. And the price comparison, they said like there was all these discounts and stuff, but really we spent like in the 70s with taxes, and
it didn't make sense
comparable
for a family.
to
you could just get an
Uber XL or something, or
And I took Mears recently last year when I went to Jollywood and in November, and it wasn't very magical. Like, it wasn't like there was like an extra bit of pixie dust on this transportation. It was like you just got on a bus and there were a bunch of people on you, and like, they got you to and from the resorts, from the airport to the resort, but
they're not
just
Disney.
as easily. You could, and then you also have to deal with not going directly to your resort. You have to you could be going around to other resorts. I happened to be the first stop, so that was good, but
No, it was the same with the Magical Express, right? You had to wait in kind of like long lines sometimes, and you'd get on different buses that were going different places, but they had multiple buses, right? It wasn't just like one bus coming.
And the services were complimentary.
They were complimentary. So it really made it feel like once you got off the airplane, your vacation began, because they picked up your luggage. They escorted, you got right onto this bus where they were right on top of everything. So Disney and Lyft created a partnership in 2019, and they're like the official rideshare partner. Why aren't we seeing more of this? I don't understand. We only see it in the minivans, and it's not like those are discounted prices because they have a partnership. They're so expensive.
Premium. They're very expensive.
Yeah, they're more than a regular ride share. So I don't know. Something's going on. We got to make it better to get from the airport to Disney World. So tomorrow, come on, if you're over there, let's work on this.
How about Disnuber?
Disnuber.
Lyft. I don't know. There's something that could be said there.
I guess.
They could do something.
Well.
So, thank you for those 2 points. I have nothing else. Josh, do a good job. I mean, it's kind of obviously Disney World and Disneyland are in a state of where they're kind of like changing over a bunch of stuff, right?
Yes.
Avengers over in Disneyland. There's a new Pandora. They're closing things down, and Mike and Sully is the ride over there supposed to close. There's a lot going on now. Not even considering all the stuff that's happening in the other places, right? Disneyland Paris is just about to open. Disney Adventure World with the new Frozen Castle, and I was reading up on that before we started recording. That's going to be, pretty cool. But it's Disneyland Paris, right? We kind of focus, obviously, where, we'd like to go there one day, but we don't know when we're going to ever make it out there soon.
Oh my gosh.
So we, Disney World and I think Disneyland hopefully is in the next couple of years for us.
Yeah.
But it's going through a state of flux.
We're opening up our travel.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. And we'll talk about more in that in a little bit. Teaser. Dun, dun, dun. So I just hope that they kind of get to a point, and I hope they open all of these things. And I don't want to say I want them to stop making new stuff, but it just feels like everything's under construction. Like we just got over EPCOT and all the construction that went on there, and it opened up.
That was painful. All the walls and the heat and the lack of trees. Oof.
And now, everything that's happened in Magic Kingdom, especially over in, like Frontierland over there and in Liberty Square, there's just so much construction happening that way and around the parks and Tropical Americas. And you kind of just want it. It's probably going to take until maybe 2029 before all that. Then there's all this Villains Land. There's been all this back and forth about whether they were canceling Villains Land or they were like dying. They were going to dial it down. Now they're saying, no, it's not. We still don't really know. They haven't told us what exactly the rides are going to be like.
Right. Yeah.
They're supposed to, I don't even want to get into it.
I think we're going to get, in a couple of days, we're going to get more answers. I think he's going to have the good stuff. He's waiting.
The good stuff.
The good stuff.
Hopefully,
not the gray stuff.
Hopefully he doesn't have too much green beer the day before on St. Patty's Day, but we'll see. So Josh, we welcome you. We're happy you're there. Yeah. Hopefully you don't let us down. I don't know.
I don't think he will.
Either way, we're still going to be going. So it's not like...
That's true.
But no, I mean, he's done a good, and he's a lot of the stuff that's happening, like he's championed it. It's been kind of like under his name.
It has been
all these the parks and all this stuff, and a lot of the good that has come from it.
Yeah.
But I mean, he could bring back free fast pass, but I'm not gonna say it.
I would very much enjoy that.
I'm not gonna
something easier to get us around.
They're never gonna do it. They're selling out $500 premier passes.
Oh, the days.
Kind of going around and just looking at some other news items. Like I said, we did talk about Disneyland Paris and the Adventure World. They do have a Frozen area, the World of Frozen, which is similar to what they have over in, is it Tokyo Disney Sea or is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so. I think it's Disney Sea. Yeah.
I always get those slightly mixed up. Abby's going to fact check me real quick, or she's just going to. Nope, she was looking at something else. Anyway,
I
should have. So they are going to have that, and that's cool. It's going to have a Frozen Ever After ride. It has the Olaf animatronic that we've seen. everywhere. That's going to be pretty cool. It's also going to have
Tokyo Disney Sea.
It was Tokyo Disney Sea?
Yes.
Nice. There's like a Tingled ride, which looks kind of like a better version of Alien Swirling Saucers, and like a cooler version, like in a boat, and there's lanterns above you because you're entangled. I mean, there's a lot of good things coming out that way. So if you're heading over to Disneyland Paris, good luck. There's going to be a lot of stuff coming out in the social medias.
Which is good, because for years I've heard that Disneyland Paris needs a little bit more. It was very small
really,
and lacking.
Yeah, because with the two, they similar to how Disneyland is set up, they kind of have two parks. And that one of them was basically like no one wanted to go.
Yeah.
Because it was like rides were closed and everything, like it even said Cinderella Castle Bridge is like falling apart, like it needs repair.
Oh, I'm glad they're on top of it.
They have a new drone show and all this stuff, so that's going to be interesting. More to come on that as people start attending. Yeah, they're going along. Piston Peak there's concrete foundations beginning, so that's kind of moving it along. People were taking photos from Tiana's Bayou, right? Because you didn't enjoy a ride until you could see on the other side of the wall.
Like, what's happening?
You got to look that way. As we talked about the Premier Pass selling out, we don't need to do that one. Monstropolis, right? Which I still think is what we believe they're calling it.
Yes.
It's not Monsters Land Inc. or Monsters Inc. Land.
No, because I think they want to keep it movie related, which was Monstropolis, and I'm going to be interested. Obviously, the door ride and eating at Harryhausen's is going to be fun. It's going to be great.
Yeah, we just have to get there. So you can see photos of that. Our good friend, my good friend, BioReconstruct. I don't know him at all. He takes this person takes photos of aerial photos of all the construction going on. You just kind of see the progress that they're making and that they're coming along. Now, over in our good friends over at Universal Studios, I don't even know if we talked about this, but the Jurassic Park River Adventure closed in January. It's going to be closed for a year.
Yes. So I saw that like some things really, really were breaking down in there recently. Okay. Like dinos in half kind of thing. So favorite ride, I hope they don't change it too much.
So what it looks like they're at least doing right now is they're laying down all new track. It looks pretty, it always, even they used to do it on the Jaws ride, whenever they would empty the water there and you would just see like the track and the shark and all that stuff, it would look kind of eerie. It's like, I don't like any of this. Yeah. So they emptied all the waters. You could just see the track that you would be on. Yep. That the boat would be attached to and so they're laying down all new track, which is now like this green because the other stuff was obviously it's sitting underwater all the time. Right. It's gonna
get mildewy or whatever gunky.
It's gonna erode and yeah. So all of that stuff that's happening now, they don't know. There have been some removal of dinosaurs, but as Abbie said, they weren't functioning properly. Yeah. So we don't know if they're going to come back. I mean, we're still talking. We have another, 9 months that it's going to be closed for.
Crazy.
Over in Hollywood, in Universal Hollywood, the ride is so themed different towards the Lost World. So it's a newer ride versus this ride, which was just Jurassic Park, which is the original. Right. And they only updated it over there. They never updated it here. Some people are thinking that they're going to update it to that at least. Yep. But with that being said, the Jurassic World like feature films have kind of like hit a wall. This last one was very poorly received. I like part of it.
Johansson was great.
Who was?
ScarJo?
Oh, yes.
She's always good.
And you're the guy from Bridgerton, huh?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm surprised because if we're not watching Name of the Club, we're watching Bridgerton all the time. Anyway, So anyway, so that like franchise kind of hit. So if they're just going back and redoing it so that it's Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard, who are no longer part of the series, and they're updating it to that, it just seems kind of weird.
It is a little strange.
Yeah, so it's kind of like you're updating it. It's like almost as bad as it's not as bad. Well, I don't want to say it's almost as bad because I'm happy that Indy's there, but it's like, why are they putting out a new Indy ride? I don't know. Something's going to happen. Hopefully they're going to like supposedly over in Hollywood, the I-Rex animatronic dinosaur is supposed to be really cool.
Okay.
And people like kind of rave about it. So I'm hoping that you could just keep it Jurassic Park, update some of the animatronic dinosaurs.
Yes.
And, I think people will be happy enough.
Color today. That's
know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you don't want things breaking down. With the storyline, we don't really care. We want to get splashed, and that's really, we want to get wet, and we want to get chased by a T-Rex. I think.
Fantastic.
And that's really it. That's our news going around
all the parks
all
and
the
things.
Parks.
But we have some super exciting news. Do you want to tell them? I think you should. Drum roll.
I was going to say all aboard, but I guess it's like, ahoy, mateys? No, a pirate's life for me? We're becoming pirates.
Yes.
Yes. We're going to sail the 7 seas on a pirate ship.
We get to go on our first Disney cruise, if you didn't understand all of that mess. We're so excited. Now, I've been on a cruise before, but I haven't been on a Disney cruise. We know all about them, obviously, because we study them intensely. But we are so excited. This came up kind of like last minute, so we weren't expecting it. And we're ready. We're like, we're within our 30 days, and we're like,
I'm ready. I feel like I've been on the ship already with the amount of research I've done on this thing. So we are going to be going on the Disney Destiny, which up until this adventure was the newest
ship. Yeah.
So of course we're going to go on that. We are planning to vlog while we're on there. Yeah. But of course we're vlogging from a ship that's no longer the newest ship. But which is crazy because it just opened and it was November of last year. So I mean it's going to be less than 6 months.
Yeah.
And it's already no longer the newest ship.
Listen, it's still a very cool ship. So
yeah. No, it is. And we're trying to get the kids, it's a heroes and villain themed the Destiny. And so we're trying to watch Marvel movies. Even though there is Marvel, it's Black Panther in the atrium and Black Panther's a part, Loki's there. There's still a lot of Disney, but there's a lot of Disney villains, right? There's Cruella de Vil, Maleficent. There's others that aren't coming to mind at the second, but it seems like it's going to be a good time. Now we're park people. Right?
Yes.
We love going to the parks, and that's what we talk about. That's what we think about all the time. Oh, I do at least. When I'm talking to Abbie about the parks. Did you see this? Did you believe this? They changed the color of a kiosk. Do you understand what this means? Anyway, so we're excited to go on a cruise and kind of be able to kind of take it easy a little bit while still doing stuff.
Right. This is going to be totally different for us because we're like the get up early, go all day until we drop. So we're thinking that with a cruise, it might be a little bit different for us.
A little bit more relaxing.
Yeah.
So we're going to see. We're excited. Like I said, we're going to be talking about it. Obviously, we're going to bring you along as best we can. It won't fit in our suitcases, but it will fit in our camera.
Yeah.
So we're going to show you all about that.
Yeah. So I'm so excited. I can't wait. We've been definitely trying to do a little shopping to make sure we have the appropriate things for our trip. So if you have any shopping tips for the Disney cruise, please send them our way. Other than that, I think this was a wonderful launch back into the Disney Hour Express. We're so happy to be back. It felt really good. How did it feel for you?
I have no feeling in my legs. I haven't stood up in 52 minutes, so.
So we got to call it quits and get back into our daily routine here and daily life. And we'll see you real soon.
This has been a Family Travel Planner production.